Chapter 31 of the last book in the universe. Fear itself. The latch is burning. Pause. The latch is burning. We're back in Spaz's home, so to speak. What was home at the beginning of the story, right? Billy Bismo's latch. Last time we were in a latch that was burning, it was because there was no more latch boss. There were mobs running wild trying to eat people. What's going on? From high atop the stack boxes, we can see the fire glow lighting up clouds of smoke along the dark horizon. The clouds look like angry mouths biting holes in the night. Wow. What an amazing description there. That description really helps set the mood for this scene. The jet bikes roar like an acid rainstorm, coming closer and closer. You notice that repetition there? It helps build tension or suspense in this scene. There's another sound too, kind of high-pitched moaning that follows the jet bikes. Oh, oh, like an evil wind, a furious wind. Standing beside me, Ryder says, "Things fall apart. The center cannot hold. Mere anarchy is loosed upon the world." Then he grunts to himself as if remembering something important. "That's from a poem," he explains. "Yeats. The poet himself is long forgotten, but some of his lines live on, lines of the poem. And I think we talked about anarchy, right? Where it says mere anarchy is loosed upon the world. Anarchy is chaos. I wonder why he's talking about that right now. He says, "I thought I knew what it meant all these years, but I had it wrong. Now I know." "We'd better run," I tell him urgently. "They're coming this way." "Of course they're coming this way," he says as if speaking to himself. The night blazes in his sky gray eyes. I tug at his sleeve. "Come on." Gently he frees himself from my grasp. "Shh," he says. "There's nothing to fear." "What are you talking about?" I plead. "Nothing to fear but fear itself," he says. "That's from another poem, I think. Or was it a speech? Can't recall. It actually is from a speech. It's from it's a quote from a former U.S. president, as a matter of fact. "Ryder, we've got to get out of here right now." When he turns to me, his face looks peaceful and oddly young. "Listen to me, son. My running days are over, and if I did run away, others would be hurt." "You're zoomed," I cry. "Come on, you stupid old geese. We can run for the pipe. They'll never find us. Let them burn the whole latch. What do we care? We'll just keep running and running. We'll have lots more adventures. You can write them down in your book." "Shh," Ryder says. "Hush." Suddenly, the jet bikes swarm into the stack boxes, splitting the air with their furious roaring. Headlights scorch the sky like laser beams, and somewhere close by, a baby starts to cry. This is the end, I'm thinking. The end, the end. Must be 100 jet bikes swarming fast and deadly. The jet bikers howl, firing splat guns in the air as the mob follows them into the stack boxes. A mob like the one we saw in Mongo's latch. They're more animal than human, shrieking and howling, ripping apart anything they can get their hands on. What is going on? How are the people in Billy Bismo's latch suddenly losing their minds and acting like a crazy mob? They see Ryder standing high on the stack boxes and they shriek his name. Wheel him! Wheel him! What does that mean, to wheel someone? No. I'm thinking no. But there's nothing I can do, no way to stop the furious, mindless wave that breaks over the stack boxes. What is this wave? Like water? No, it's a metaphor. It's meant to help describe the people and the way that they are coming up to where Ryder and Spaz are currently located at the top of the stack boxes. It's a huge swarm, a large group of these crazy people come to wheel Ryder, whatever that means. He describes it as a wave of fists and snapping teeth and empty eyes. Thinking back, this author loves to use eyes to describe people's insides. And if their eyes are empty, what does that mean? Save my pages! Ryder yells to me as the hands grab hold and suck him down into the mob. I try to save them. I do. In the light exploded darkness, I crawl into his stack box on my knees and gather up the pages of his book, trying to stuff them under my shirt, close to my heart. But there are so many pages that some get loose and drift away like the falling leaves of Eden. Empty faces glitter with glee, finding my fear, snatching pages out of the air, tearing the pages to pieces, stuffing the pieces into their bloody mouths as they scream, wheel, wheel, wheel. And then hands rip open my shirt and seize the rest of Ryder's book, feeding pages to the fire that follows them everywhere. The pages burn and burn and burn. No, I'm screaming. Don't, but they're not listening. They can't listen. They don't know how. Hands grab me and carry me away and throw me to the ground. I'm spitting out dirt and trying to get my breath when someone speaks my name. Spaz boy, is that you? When I roll over on my back, I'm looking up at Billy Bismo. He's got a chetty blade in one hand and a splat gun in the other, and his eyes are alive with the fire. Stop them, I beg him. He's just an old man. Billy uses his chetty blade to clear a space. The mob backs off a few feet and he's able to get to me. At first, I think he's going to cut me with the chetty, but that's not it. He wants to tell me something. Nothing I can do, Spaz boy. Those proven forcers that brought you back, they deactivated all the probes. Hold up. Guys, deactivated? That means they turned them off. They turned off the probes. So they were right. The probes did come from Eden. And they shut them off. So that's why everyone's lost their minds. That's why their eyes are empty. That's why they're acting crazy and they want to punish Ryder. What? I gasp. Ruin the whole deal. Mind probes don't work anymore. You can still stick the needle in your brain, but nothing happens. Now I get it. Why the latch is burning. Why the jet bikes have come. Because the probes have been destroyed and somebody has to take the blame. We were with the proofs. So it must be our fault. Wheel! The mob shrieks. Wheel! Still don't know what that means, but it's gotta be bad. They've tied a rope around the old man's waist. He's not struggling or anything. His eyes look like he's already a long ways from here. Someplace clean and peaceful and quiet. Someplace where the sky is blue. Ryder! I scream out, but he can't hear me or see me. And then I'm begging Billy Bismo, you're the latch boss. You can stop them. Billy does a weird thing. He puts his chetty blade on the ground and reaches out and touches the side of my face. Sorry, kid. No one can stop a mob when it wants blood. Not even me. You didn't even try. I did what I could, Spaz Boy. They could have blamed you. I made sure it was the old man. But why? Why? Why him and not me? Billy shakes his head as if he can't believe I'm so stupid. Because you're my son, he says. Wow. There it is. That's why. That's why Billy Bismo is always taking a special interest in Spaz. Because that's his son.